Okay, so the next day we're going to go right into chest. And here you've got your elbows bent out to the side, so you're not doing a bench press straight up, but you're bringing the elbows out to the side, so your arms are like you're having a tree trunk, not a flat person at the back, but rounded through the spine. And you just breathe in as you come down. We've got the giggles because we were trying to find a decent way to show you this so that it wasn't like anyways a crotch shot. We want it to be popular but not viral. Just take an in-breath as you come down, exhale to the top. Feels really good through the chest. So you're breathing in as you come down. And you can do this on a couple of stacked pillows, like Chesterfield pillows should work. And you're just really opening through the chest, working through the front of the shoulder. Breathing in, down, up, steady breath. You're using your core too because you're stabilizing there, so if you can just pull up through the rib cage, you don't have to press in, just up, and that will stretch the abdominal wall and stabilize your abdominal wall. So an in-breath down, exhale up, breath. Now to isolate the triceps, bring the elbows together, bring the elbows close to the head, the hands close to the head, elbows close to the head, straighten. I've got the dumbbells touching. These nice vinyl ones, they really hold together super well. So I'd recommend, I just got these at Sport Check, and you know, they're the average price, but they really will last. I mean, they'll last forever. So you're coming with the elbows close to the body. Of course, you could go to a 3 pound or 2 pound if this is too much. I've got 5 in either hand. It's pretty good, actually. And you want to fully straighten out like you're hammering. Keep the elbows pinned in. Don't let them be out. Breath. This really works the back line of the arms. Breath. So you're going for high reps, obviously, and this will really increase endurance, stamina, muscular strength. Up. I just got a hair caught in the dumbbell, now it's there. Okay, up. Okay, so now you can come up, and then you can do a pullover. Now, because of my shoulder, I can only show you this with one arm, but you're obviously going to have both arms. You'll hold one dumbbell, but I think you'll need 2. So I think you'll be like this. So pretend I've got both arms going. Your arms will come up and over, touch the floor, and then lift to the top. So I'm going to keep my shoulder safe. If you've had a dislocation or you have a rotator cuff issue, this could be too much of an opening in through the front shoulder. So you're going to really need to listen to that and just see if you can do this. And if it's too much, you would do a partial, which is what I'll show you, is just go to here. That's okay for the shoulder. So you could do that. Oh, actually you can go all the way. So with a light dumbbell, you know, every day is different. The shoulder's great today. So that's kind of the key, is just listen. Don't be defined by your symptoms or by your history, because you might have a great rotator cuff today. Just really listen. Exhaling as you come to the top. Breathe in on the way down. Exhale to the top. Diana, could you just turn the music down? I have a feeling it's a bit loud. So we'll keep going, and we'll just bring it down 2 notches would be great. Perfect, thank you. Diana's now backing up. Breath is steady. So as you keep pulling down through the abdominal wall, you'll get a great stretch there. Yeah, that's great, thank you. Exhale into the top, breathing in down. pressing the feet gently into the floor. That helps to pin the tailbone down. Good, your breath is steady, you're lifting. And really lengthen. Stretching through the backs of the arms. You are working a little bit of tricep. Okay, almost there. And last two. Okay, and then coming down. Now you can come right off your bolster or whatever it is that you're utilizing. And then just come right into the middle of the mat. And then for the next one, to come into buttocks, let's bring the arms right down to the sides. Just come onto the back of the neck so the gaze is straight up, you're not tucked. And then you're going to lift the right leg up, lower with the left, lift, and coming down. So this way you're really stabilizing. You don't have the hip turned up, but you keep the belly button towards the ceiling. It always helps if you maybe Vaseline your hair, put heavy makeup on, and pretend that you're doing synchronized swimming. It's basically the same thing. You're just going to keep that wonderful lift of the leg into the air. And then you can bring that leg down. So keep the hips lifted, lengthen and extend, squared to the ceiling, the belly button. Keep pressing on the inside of your pressing foot. Keep your shoulders free as you do the lift. Really release through the shoulders. Breath is steady. So you're going to get the inside of your hip, inside of the bum, inside of the thighs, a little bit of core. Arms are released entirely. Coming right to the top, right to the top. Shoulders are free. Really feel that lift come to the last one. Okay, lifting both. Keep the tailbone lifted and then just turn one hip down so it's like you're pouring water out of your right hip, and then you just center again and then turn to the left. Stay nice and long. Center again, lower, and now you can roll right over onto your side. And help if I face you. You're going to bring the elbow under, lift through the underside of the waist. Keep the lift through the rib cage this way. Lower and then lift. Keep the elbow coming back. Exhale, lift. Breathe in down. Exhale, lift. Breathe in down. Good. Exhale, lift. Breathe in down. Feel that stretch right through the side of the waist. Lift. Breathe in down. Keep the core nice and strong as you do your lift. Up. Whew. Lift. When are we done?
We're at 8.5 minutes.
Really? And incredible. Oh my God. One more. Dear God. Okay. Come to the other side. Again, just keep the elbow right under your shoulder. Then you're stable. And of course, if this is too much, then you know what you could do is you could cross one leg in front. That'll give you more balance. And then you're lowering and then lift and lowering and lift. Just keep this elbow back. Exhale up. Really pull up from the underside of the waist. Keep stacked so the ribs are right on top of the ribs. You're staying open through the chest. Good. Breath is steady. Keep the lift. Pull out through the underside of the waist. Feel the lift through the rib cage. Excellent. Almost there. Lift. Up. Up. Almost there. Okay, dear God. So now coming down. Whew. Okay. Nope, we're doing this actually. We're going to come into a plank. So you're reaching the heels out, feet are hip width apart, and then drop one knee down and down. So you're dropping, keep the ribs lifted, touch the knee, come back up. The elbows are directly under the shoulders. Make sure you've got the palms spread. It gives you a little bit more stretch of the wrist. For most people that feels better. So try not to have your hips too high. You're touching and then reaching out. Keep the heels super reaching out as you're strong through the core. And now bring the feet together. Just touch one leg out and out and out. And if you get tired, just come down and then come back up, because this is really, really working the deep in the core. And as you continue to practice, not only does it work the core, you get closer to the spine, I've noticed, with the work of the isolation. So you're just touching, touching, dear God, touching. Okay, and then you come down onto your back. And then from here, come into the arms overhead. And let's do a reverse. Let's actually bring the hands behind. Bring the legs out. Hold in a jackknife position. Keep the rib cage pulling up. And then come down another 10 degrees. And if that's too much, bend your knees. You could even alternate bringing one leg in and one leg out like so. Or if you can keep reaching with the straight legs and then come down another 10 degrees. Keep the rib cage pulling in the whole time. Breath is steady. What are we at for minutes?
11.
Dear Lord.
And a half.
Oh, it helps. And reaching, then another 10 degrees if you can. And if you're starting to burn too much and you can't hold on, bend your knees, pull up through the rib cage. You'll still get the same activation of the same muscles. And then you can drop the heels. Now lift the heels up off the floor. And from here, lengthen. Let's come into the cross side to side. I know we did this last time, but I just find this one really works well for the external obliques. So you're lifting up and up. Exhale, breathe in as you come down. Exhale. So remember, when you're exercising, please, any thought that you have, any thought at all, let it be one that is about the movement, not about how you're tired or how you can't feel the muscle working. It's kind of like you want to rejig every thought so that it's in line with what you're doing, which in this case is to strengthen, lengthen, and to get energized in through muscles that you never isolate. So basically, you're going to get more RAM, more memory, muscle memory working for you. And that's not just anti-aging, it's actually enlivening. So your body becomes more awake. Okay. So you're up, and then come on back into your plank. And with this one, bring your elbows directly under the shoulders, feet are wide, lift one arm up. Try not to fishtail too much, so you're lifting, extending, oh my God, pulling up through the core, praying, keep trying not to shift too much from side to side, dear God, and reach. Why am I doing this before yoga? And lifting, and breath, couple more, and lifting, last one, and lift, and now coming down, dying, and then, oh, what do I want to teach you next? Let's see, I just have to rest. So I'm going to have you come into an actual really deep isolation of the lower abdominals. And to do that, just want to feel into this. Yeah, you want to do a lift, come down, elbows are out to the sides, feet are gently pressing together. You're lifting, come down. You must keep the low back pressed down the whole time. So attempt not to let the back arc, but you actually want to press down through the lower abdominals so that you really get that area contracting. You're exhaling up, breathe in down, exhale up, breathe in down, exhale up, breathe in down, two more, exhale, lift, breathe in down, exhale, lift, and breathe in down. And then just rolling right over to the side and then coming into your squats. So for your squats, your legs will be probably a little bit wider than your hips. Toes need to turn out usually about 10 degrees, so they're like this, so they're not straight ahead. And then you can counterbalance by just bringing the arms in front. And you come down and lift. And you're letting your knees, remember, to stay just in front of the toes. And you're usually about over your second toe. And you're just slightly gazing up, so that lifting through the spine. And you keep the core lifting. And just to show you, you're really sitting back. So you're not forward, because that hurts the knees. And you come back up. So you're down and lift. And lift. Again, shoulders are free. Keep your lift. Keep the rib cage open. This is more challenging. So if you want to extend through the arms, you can do that. Coming down, lifting. Lifting, shoulders free. Lifting. Lifting the eyes will really help too. So you're down and lift. And lift. Breath is steady. And lift. Lift. Good. If you need to stop and begin again, please do. Down and lift. What are we at for minutes?
16 and a half.
I thought we were at 16 and a half last time.
14 and a half.
Oh my God. Okay. I'm losing faith. Okay.
Less than 10 minutes.
Thank you for that. So coming down. Now then you can come into your plie squat. So here, the toes will turn out, and let's just get some space in here. So your toes turn out, coming down. The knees are coming right over the toes. So you get that nice opening up right through the inner thighs. And that helps to really track the knee joints. So they don't come out or in, but they come right over the base of the toes. Excellent. Good, so your breath is steady. You keep the rib cage opened. You keep lifted through the rib cage. Keep opening so that you feel yourself tall and lifted through the rib cage. Keep the knees directing over, again, the toes. Breath is steady. Keeping that lift. Almost there. Lifting and lifting. And not really, well, not quite almost there. A little bit further. So you're opening. And then you can keep open. Come into goddess. Let the knees rotate out. Open through the chest and the rib cage. Really press the arms back. Keep the nose. Keep the knees turned out. So you really open up through the rib cage. Your breath is steady. The rib cage is lifted. And you're really pulling up from your core. So you stabilize from there. And that gives you a wonderful lift right out from your torso. So you're lifting, come right up through the crown of the head, pressing through the feet, lifting. Now with the hands, just push, pull, push, pull. Keep the palms reaching to the ceiling. This way you'll get a nice opening through the rear of the shoulder. Good, and up. Okay, the next is to come into balance. Feel free to, have your hand on the wall. Reach out with that leg. Press into the standing foot. It might be straight. You might be bent. Really reach out from the waist. Pull up from the core. Lengthen. Reach. Again, you might have you might be holding onto the wall or reaching, and then extend. Press into the standing leg again. Keep the belly button down towards the floor. Reach from the rib cage. Press out. Pull up through the standing hip. That's where I find my scoliosis always shows up on the left leg. So just keep working. If you need to hold onto the wall, then please do. Press into that standing leg. Breath is steady. Then come down. Now bring that left leg forward. Come on down onto the knee. Keep the back toes tucked under. Lift from the rib cage. So you really open up through the hip flexor. Just extend through the arms as you get a wonderful lift. And then you can come back up. Step that leg forward. Come on back down. Keep your lift through the rib cage. Open through the chest. Extend from your waist. Keep the lift right up from the base of the spine. Then you can exhale, breathe in, lift through the rib cage. Just keep on opening right from the base of the spine. Breath. Now you can bring that leg back. Come on into a child's pose. Just exhale back. Release. Keep on pulling back through your core. And then you can slowly come back up. Now come on down onto your back once again. And this time, just for the inner thighs, bring the legs up. Bring the legs out as much as you can. And if you need to hold on, you can. But attempt to use the lower core. So you're really stabilizing in here. And you get the chest open. You're reaching out through the legs. The arms come out to the side. And then do little pulses. It's perfectly fine if you're high. And just keep the upper body completely relaxed. So shoulders are free. Chest is open. Relax in through the front of the neck and pulsing out. Then you can bring the legs across to the top. Come out as wide as you can. Across, as wide as you can. Shoulders are free. Out. Exhale, lift. Out. Exhale, lift. Out. Exhale. Keep the shoulders pressing back. Keep your breath steady. How many minutes are we now?
We're at 22, 24.
Okay. Good. Now you can bring the legs up. Now flex the feet. And then lift the upper body towards the legs. Keep your feet flexed as you pull up. Then you can bend your knees and do whatever you need to do to come on out, to seated position. And here you can be in little boat, and little boat might be to have the knees bent and support yourself. You might be able to go into full extension, let your chin drop back as you lift up from the base of the spine. Just see how you can be there, and then push forward, just keep lifting from the rib cage as much as you can. So you get that lift, pull back up, bring the soles of the feet together, and then just bring your thumbs on the outsides, the insides, and then your fingers on top. Pull open the feet to open the groins. So you're opening your feet like a book if you can, and then you extend right out over the legs, and you're lifting from the rib cage. Keep your shoulders perfectly free as you reach and extend forward from the waist. And keep sending the knees out as opposed to down. Get your lift from the rib cage, then bring the legs out, come into a straddle, stretch, and just grow right out of that side of your waist. So you're going to open through the side waist, just let this arm reach, breathe in and up, extend out, lengthen right from the side of the waist. Attempt my hips up because it's so tight, but if you can, see if you can plop it down, anchor that side, and then coming back up. And then you can just open through the chest so you do a wonderful lift. And then come into side again. Here again, really draw the rib cage up, spaces as much as you can, and then breathe in, lift. You gaze up with the eyes, it helps to direct the spine, elbows back, and then release to the center, and then just let the arms come down.